I'm not going to do those massive intros at the beginning. We're going to watch the video, react to it, and then we'll have the discussion at the end. So from now on, we begin the episode and we chat at the end. Let's get started.
Alright, Shinji, are you ready to rock?
I guess.
Ava launch! Again!
It sure is lucky that the angel's just standing there as we prepare.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Alright now, Shinji, take your first step into battle. Move out!
And whatever you do, don't fall. Finally, after all my years of work, we're finally seeing some progress.
Awkward.
Dumbass. You look like you could use a hand.
Wait, it talks?
Her arm is broken.
We noticed. See, it's funny because I actually took your arm instead of giving you a hand. But I guess I'll quit while I'm ahead, starting with yours.
Oh, wow. Yeah, now I get how it works. The more in sync you are, the more literal in sync you are with the machine. So any injury the Ava has, you also have. Which is why it's so dangerous to go more and more in sync with the Ava. It gives you greater control of it, and lets use its abilities a lot better, but at the same time, any injuries sustained by the Ava are also sustained by the pilot, which kind of explains why only particular people can pilot certain Avas, given that the souls of the parents are in the... let's not get
There
there.
goes the finest bucket of bolts I've ever laid my hands on.
Excuse me, bitch?
You heard me, bitch.
So do we have a backup plan to save the city, or are we just...
Apparently going berserk is
My
bad.
Ibuki, what the hell's going on?
How the fuck should I know? We haven't used this thing before.
My god. Unit 1 has gone bonkers.
Bonkers?
Yeah, bonkers.
Just say berserk.
What's wrong with that?
Enraged.
Seems rather
Rather what?
retarded.
Oh, come on.
It is! Seriously, why not choose something more badass, like, I don't, berserk?
Look, lady, I am not paying Nero the casholas to use that phrase.
Fair enough.
Why are you arguing with the results? It's killing the angel.
Fucking, I am a hero.
And that's how they blow up.
Ew.
I didn't...
If I started murdering people,
Oh, God.
there'd be none of you left.
Typical K-pop. Typical copyright strike.
There is literally nothing good on TV today.
Well,
There
Angel
isn't.
did just blow up a good portion of downtown.
So, the TV station wasn't on that side.
That's not really the point.
All I'm saying is they should have something halfway decent on.
You are ridiculous.
And you are a whore.
Mr. Ikari, we assume you know why we, the Council of Seele, have called you in here today.
Yeah, I think so.
And you are aware that the reason we have called you here today is to discuss the damage done to Unit 1 during the last battle.
And how much said damage will set back the Human Instrumentality Project. Indeed. Yes, indeed.
You didn't have to explain all that. I knew why we were here, guys.
I don't care.
It sure must cost a lot to install all this crap.
Yeah, but luckily it's not too hard to get extra funding for projects like this.
Who could possibly fund all this? I mean, the world economy just collapsed 15 years ago.
A bunch of old rich guys in suits.
Old suits? How'd you get blood from that rock?
These guys, they got their heads on straight. They know how to properly manage their time and money.
For Mr. Ikari's convenience, we shall all be given code names for the duration of this project.
Can I be sexalicious?
No.
Can I?
No, I am picking the nicknames.
I thought you said they were code names.
He did say code names. That he did. Silence.
This is what happens when old guys have
Alright,
penises that don't
here are your
work.
new nicknames. Mr. Blue, Mr. Brown, Mr. Brown, Mr. Yellow, and Mr. Pink.
Why am I Mr. Pink?
Because you're a faggot. That's why.
And why am I Mr. Brown?
I am also confused as to why I am also Mr. Brown. Because I'm fucking colorblind, that's why. Then how did you know to call him Mr. Pink? Look, he was the only one I planned this for. Stop ruining my fun!
What? He's going to be living by himself?
That's right, milady. 'Twas Mr. Ikari's direct request.
Oh, this just will not do!
It's okay, Miss Masato. I'm used to living alone. No need to worry.
It's when he says not to worry is when I worry the most.
What?
You're taking Shinji to come live with you.
Well, yeah. What's wrong with that?
It's inappropriate. One of you is an immature child who barely passed the 8th grade. The other is Shinji.
Fuck off.
Well played.
All right, we're here. And so's your stuff.
But
I didn't
just
see what that
decided to
text
move here
was.
at the last second. How'd they know to drop my stuff off?
Oh, wow. Look at the time. Oh, you smell. You should go take a bath.
Oh yeah, I remember
Pennies?
using that to
Really?
dry in
Booga,
the
booga,
Japan.
booga, motherfucker.
Oh yeah, she has a pengu!
Oh,
Pen!
Misato!
What?
There's a thing.
What thing?
Something really weird.
Panties?
No, not panties.
I swore I put them on this morning. I only have one pair.
Sup, bitch? Sup, Vienna?
Hey, Pen.
Pen?
Yeah, that's his name.
And you can understand him?
What, you can't?
What a joke.
No. What do you say?
He called you Vienna.
Why?
I haven't the foggiest idea whatsoever.
I remember that!
Oh, the shame.
Oh, he was comparing Shinji's penis to... Oh, yeah, I get it now.
Omnipotent, omniscient, sovereign, immutable. How sweet it is to be a god.
Isn't it a bit weird to be watching your son and his admittedly sexy roommate taking a bath?
Don't worry, Fieldsky, I'm doing research.
Of what nature exactly?
Seduction.
Sir, that doesn't make any sense.
I have a PlayStation!
Funnily enough, we also have a PlayStation 4 Pro now, thanks to the sponsors. And we will be playing PlayStation 4 games, which is gonna be cool. But she has a pen. I'll show you what I have. She has a pen. I have a cheeky. And the microphone's dead. Cheeky. The cutest cheeky. She needs a bath. Oh yeah, she needs a bath. Oh, she needs a bath. She gets a bath like every week. It's Saturday now, so guess I'll be giving her a bath later today. After I finish binging a little bit more anime. She's the cutest roommate ever. No, but seriously, I lived in Japan. Well, I actually visited Japan quite a few times over the last 2 or 3 years. But I lived in Japan for a period of a month. Rented out an apartment. It was basically a 1-bedroom apartment. And the bedroom living room is kind of one area. And then you have in the walkway between the door and that room, you had the kitchen / laundry. And you just turn to the right. It's basically a toilet, and next to it is a door to the shower. You go into the shower, and it's like an encapsulated room of, like plastic that you can heat. It acts like a sauna. You can take a shower. You could take a bath because it's like, like a bath shower with the shower head thing that moves around on a cord. And then, you can dry your clothes there as well because there's like a coat, clothesline. You can buy those little things. Like she had like the circular one at the $1 shops. It was amazing. Like it's really small, but you get used to living there because, space is not abundant in Japan, especially in the major cities. So you really get used to living there. You kind of get used to not buying too much shit you don't need. I mean, here in the West in particular, where we have a lot more room, especially in Australia, we fill it up with so much junk. That's what I really realized living in Japan. There's so much junk and wasted space. Like, even here, for example, I've got that table sitting back there that just has, little things sitting on it. And below that is like computer parts and old books and whatnot. And some folders are good, like tax returns, tax records, receipts, and things like that. You need to keep for, up to 7 years if you get audited by the government. But after a while, you got to throw this old shit away because otherwise you're just going to have junk building up. And, I have my old high school notes and subject notes and things like that. And for a little while, I sort of kept it thinking, oh yeah, one day this might come in handy. Not really. I've got my notes digitally on the computer and, it's kind of time to start throwing these old books and old notes away because I'll never really use them. I mean, when am I going to open up my old maths textbook and start looking at notes of trigonometry and calculus and, all this sort of crap? I'm not, I'm never going to encounter that in sort of the career path that I'm going. And if I need to, I could probably brush up that with a YouTube video, really. Not my class notes. Those are probably useless anyway. So that's what I learned living in Japan. You know, they have a very minimalist lifestyle where they don't get too many things. Like even in the kitchen, you know, you don't need 5 different little things to flip the eggs. You just need 1, you know. Meanwhile, in my kitchen, I have 3. Why? Because we bought the new rubber one, which we're using. We're not really using the old plastic one, but we keep the old plastic one anyway because you don't want to throw it away. Or, you know, the number of knives we have. I've probably got like 20 knives, 20 forks, 20 spoons, because my father owned the restaurant back in the day. So obviously, you know, when everything was shut down, he brought it here. And it's sort of like, oh, well, we've got all these utensils. You don't want to throw away silverware. It's like, fair enough. But then you've got the good silverware that's still, you know, packaged on the top shelf and whatnot. That's never going to be used. That's for a special occasion. But let's be honest, you know, when you have guests, you're not going to open up all that shit and wash it. Like, who are you trying to impress? The queen? So if I can give you guys a tip, travel. You learn so much. Yeah, I know this has nothing to do with Evangelion, but really, if you guys have the opportunity, travel. Staying in Japan so much opened my eyes to so many things. You know, here we're obsessed about cars and status symbols and shit. Like, they have cars in Japan too, but people are not as obsessed about them as here, you know. Public transport's a lot better organized and all these sort of things, whereas here in Sydney you're lucky to catch the bus or train on time at all, let alone having it arrive. So, you know, sometimes it doesn't even arrive. So that's the kind of difference. But wow, this watching, you saw, like I said in the previous episode, right? I now remember Pen, and now I remember that Asuka and Shinji and Thingo were all, you see, I forgot her name, right? But they were all living in the same apartment, and that was like episode, I think 7 or 8. The episode was called Oscar Attacks. Like, you know, like, it's all coming back. You know, it's all coming back. That's what it's about. That's what I like. So thanks for watching. Sorry for the little rant. I get a little excited, but, you know, as you can see, I love this series. I love this series, and it brings back a lot of memories, and it opens a lot of discussion. And we will be sort of following this format of reacting first, discussing later. So for those of you that just want to see the reaction by itself, that's cool. But for those of you that really want to, you know, chill with me and sort of explore and discuss things with me, you know, you can kind of watch at the end of the video. And I appreciate that. This happens a lot on our live stream and our Discord too, because that's what it's all about. You know, we play, we see stories, but we really explore, you know, what comes after that, and, you know, the thought processes that come after that are inspired by that. So I really appreciate those of you that actually stick it out well beyond the reaction itself and actually take the time to not only get to know me better as an individual, but sort of discuss, you know, explore different things that normal people maybe won't explore or discuss or even think about. So, you know, I really appreciate you guys, and I do check the comments. I unfortunately am unable to respond to each and every one of them, but I do my best to check the comments section as much as I can and respond to as many as I can. So please do not get offended if I do not respond to your comment right away or even at all. Back in the day, I used to respond to every single individual comment, and I took pride in that. But unfortunately, late last year when I hit, you know, the 17,000 subscriber mark on the gaming channel, it became difficult to do so. And now, you know, the gaming channel is on 23,000 and this channel is on 2,000, and I'm getting probably 40 comments a day, and I can't really answer the comments every single day. And if you miss it for a few days, it piles up in the hundreds. I remember when I was sitting at the Japanese airport in Tokyo for 12 hours, you know, I took the time to answer every individual comment I could, as well as binge some Nico B videos. But, you know, I don't always have that opportunity. So please do not get offended. Feel free to chill with me on the live streams. That is probably the best way to really interact with me in real time. Either that or Discord, but definitely live streams, because that's when I'm sort of focused on A, the game, and B, chatting with you guys in the chat. So I hope to see you there. The link to the gaming channel is in the description and the pinned comment below. I stream weekly, so I hope to see you there. Until next time, Ninja Kuma out. Bye!
You have a hidden talent you don't know about, like Paris Hilton being an actress. Oh, scratch that. Isaiah 631!
Wait, kid, you dropped your microphone!
Santini on his ass! You wanna be an Air Force Ranger! You wanna live a life of danger! You don't wanna get raped by strangers! Think of a big